From fruits and vegetables to household goods, electronics, clothes, shoes, snacks, and hundreds of other consumer items, one finds a fascinating potpourri of merchandise on mobile, roadside markets in India. Besides supporting their own families, these street hawkers provide a low-cost, decentralized, and highly efficient system of distribution for the residents. With an estimated 1 crore street vendors in India, constituting almost 2% of the metro population, this is a sizable community that often goes unnoticed in developmental initiatives. Delhi alone is dotted with around 2 lakh vendors, many of whom depend on LPG and some even on kerosene lamps for lighting post-sunset. Additionally, a recent trend has been the use of electric lights taken on a rental basis, powered by generators or inverters running on conventional fuels. The rents for these electric lights range from Rs 15 to 30 per evening for a 11-watt tube or bulb and up to Rs 100 for larger bulbs. Two young master students propose a solution: solar lights.
Well, every idea has a story behind it, and so does this one. One day, me and a friend, we were walking through a vegetable market, and suddenly there was a blackout. The initial thought, well, we had a light bulb moment, and we realized if there were solar lights here, there would be no blackout because it wouldn't depend on the diesel generator. And that's where the idea initiated. How did we get to this project? One random day we came across a fellowship application for locally based projects, and we decided to just send in the idea. We were selected, which was a little surprising for us because we really didn't have anything much prepared. That's when we developed more faith in the idea and decided to take it forward. We took the fellowship grant and used it to develop a custom-made solar light. We realized that there was no solar light in the market which was of the output that the vendors required. Everyone associates solar lighting with something for villages, and well, yes, the solar light was low quality, low output, and it was questionable why the people would adopt something like that. So we worked on a custom-made solar light which replicates a mini street light. Post the light being made, we realized that the actual cost came up to Rs 3,500, and we realized it was too much for the vendors to buy that in one installment. So we approached a financing company to provide micro loans for it. The financing company told us that it was a very new market for them to venture into and very small to begin with, but they would still like to be associated with the project, and they said, we'll give you a grant for 50 lanterns, which is how we are here with our 50 solar lights to distribute in the first market.
Initially, when we had gone to the market for the first time, we had a mixed reaction. Some people had told us, Madam, Surat se to kuch chal hi nahi sakta. There were people, when we told them that this is, we tried to explain them in Hindi that Saur Urja ka product hai. They were like, this is solar light, madam, we know about it. So that's a good response we got. There were people who refused to accept it, and there were also people who said that it's too costly for them to buy it.
As darkness falls and the rented lights come alive, it's time to sell the solar idea to the vendors.
इसका 920 रुपए सारे
सबका मिला के 920 है, वैसे सेंसर 100 है। अभी क्योंकि सिर्फ शुरू में हम चाहते हैं कि मंडी में जल्दी लोग अपनाएं।
20 रुपए किलो पीस।
सर कि आप रोज शाम को इस्तेमाल करेंगे, आप धूप से चार्ज करेंगे और ये इस्तेमाल नहीं करेंगे, बस इतनी सी शर्त है। कंपनी वाले आके टेस्ट करेंगे कि आप कर रहे हैं इस्तेमाल या नहीं। इसका पॉइंट है भैया, आप इसको लगा दीजिए। इसको 8 घंटे धूप में रखना, सुबह 7 से 3 बजे के करीब मंडी आने से पहले 8 घंटे में पूरी चार्ज। बैटरी यहाँ पे बैटरी में स्टोर हो गई, 6 घंटे चलेगी आपकी 6 से 12।
As each vendor gets convinced with the idea, they influence their peers to adopt it as well. The idea is then transferred from one influenced person to another potential one. Their visit attracted a lot of attention, and it was pleasant to see the idea spreading by its own. Sooner, people started passing on the information about this new source of light. We witnessed some impromptu discussion as well. Solar Sangh, as they call it, is an attempt to demonstrate the suitability and gauge the acceptability of solar energy technologies in an urban setting. This initiative seeks to replace fossil fuel lamps with solar lights, which are not only efficient but also environmentally friendlier, safer, and more portable. It has an added advantage of being a one-time investment with minimal running costs, as opposed to the expenditure incurred on a monthly basis for gas and rented lights. The challenges that they face are high initial costs, lack of awareness, and skeptical attitudes. But nevertheless, it is a solution worth noticing. They envision these vendors as peddlers of not just tomatoes and apples, but as sellers of an idea, educators of the masses, and stakeholders in our common future, together ushering in a new dawn.